here is some final bits and pieces in my UFO collection. Not that many toys, because there actually weren't that many toys. The ones that they did primarily in England were the Dinkies. We've seen those in an earlier piece of film. This is some of the printed stuff. Just a cross section really. Countdown comic was the main comic in the UK for Gerry Anderson UFO fans in the early 70s. Issue 1 there with the UFO on the cover, and issue 2. Gerry Haylock was one of the artists most kind of closely connected to the strip when it appeared in Countdown, and that's some of his work there. It's strange, most of the Countdown covers, like my TV21 collection, I've got perhaps 3/4 of the entire run, not complete. There are guys that have got complete collections, so hats off to them, but I haven't. But it's a good cross section. There was lots of covers and feature articles to do with the Apollo missions of the 70s, which often got the lion's share of coverage on the front covers until the Persuaders came along. But like I say, there's enough front covers with UFO on the front to keep people happy. As the comic took on some of the more ITC action shows, and as well as stuff like Mission Impossible, they incorporated the title TV Action into the comic Countdown for TV Action, till ultimately it became TV Action, with the Anderson stuff kind of taking a back seat. But nonetheless, UFO was still very popular, and TV Action in this format here, they would have one main story each week. Some weeks it was the Protectors, another time it was Cannon or Hawaii 5-0, but these are the ones that feature the main stories as UFO on the front. Variety of artists doing the artwork there, but nice enough, and certainly for UFO fans, the covers you want to have. There is Look-In comic. I think any kid that grew up in the 60s and early 70s in England knows Look-In. They had the Space 1999 strip during the mid-70s. No UFO strip, of course, because it was appearing in Countdown, but nonetheless the editor of Look-In, Alan Fennell, who had previously done the same job on TV21 as well as writing many of the Anderson shows, stories and scripts, he was the editor of Look-In, so he was well aware of how popular the shows were and wanted to make sure that there was a nice photograph of one of the aliens on the front cover of his comic at that time. This is the front cover of a French UFO comic. There was a whole series of these. I just wanted to make sure, I've not got any more of these ones, I just wanted to make sure I grabbed number 1, always the most collectible to have. They were photo strip stories, and this covers obviously the first episode, Identified. So again, during the period when these shows weren't available on video or DVD and were rarely repeated, this was a chance for people to reminisce about how cool the programme was. It's certainly up there in my top 3 favourite Anderson shows. Popular in America as well for some time, until Space 1999 became, I guess, the one that most American people connect with Gerry Anderson. Very popular lunchboxes, Lunchbox and Flask by Thermos. Not 100% top condition, not bad though, certainly one that I'm looking to upgrade on. Some very nice artwork there, a little bit of a mishmash of ideas. You've got Shadow Moon Base with a UFO, or a UFO as some people like to refer to it, given how that was largely regarded as the pronunciation of the object at the time of the programme. You've got Sky 1 flying over the moon's surface, not quite correct, but looks nice all the same. Very nice artwork of Ed Bishop as Ed Straker there. On all of the edges there's artwork, all based on publicity pictures that the artist would have had access to, and even on the underside there there's a nice shot of an interceptor in the silo. So very similar, if you like, in terms of art to the Arrow jigsaws which were produced in the UK. Set of 3, as you can see there. Again, trying to fit in everything but the kitchen sink for kids here. The first one there, largely imagery from Identified, I guess, with the picture of Straker there and the close-up of Peter Gordino as Captain Carlin. Second one there looks a lot like stuff from the episode Flight Path, and there obviously stuff from, I guess that's meant to be perhaps Computer Affair, but again a bit of a mishmash, but nice to have, and a fairly cheap UFO collectible. Something that I'm a big fan of. Got quite a big Viewmaster collection in general based on TV shows and stuff that I'm into, but of course the Anderson ones are must-haves for me. These came with the little photographic booklets based on the episode Close Up. Not the most exciting episode to do as a Viewmaster at all, I'm sure, but I guess the people behind the Viewmaster's gaff booked an appointment, if you like, to go to the studios for a few days, and this was the episode that happened to be filming at the time. But there's some nice miniature shots there inside, so anyone that's got a chance to pick up one of these, I recommend it. But there you go, as I say, some final looks at some random bits and pieces from my Anderson collection. Obviously we've seen the bubblegum cards and the sweet cigarette cards in one of the other films. Annuals and paperback books, I might do one at some stage. But there you go, some Gerry Anderson UFO printed pieces and a little bit of toy and merchandise stuff. So as always, thanks for watching these films. I know they're a little bit ham-fisted and amateur hour, but I'm enjoying making them, and I hope you enjoy seeing some stuff that maybe you haven't got or you had as a kid. Or if you have got these things, just comparing them to what other people have got. So again, thanks as ever for checking this stuff out, and keep an eye on YouTube for further similar films from myself. Thank you, bye.